Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm Living Chronic Faith. Thanks for stopping by. The story of Job in the Bible is about a man who suffered an unimaginable amount of loss, pain, sickness. This includes his family and his health, even his wealth. Everything that he had was gone, except for his wife, who kind of turned on him too. But because he did not give up on God, he received twice as much as he had lost in return for the suffering that he went through. Now, we think about Job as this great man who was full of grace and who endured and was obedient to God and who pleased the Lord. However, Job was human, and Job had a human moment when he looked at how his life had been, how respected he had been, and how wealthy he once was, how he had it made, and now to be brought to nothing, sitting in a scrapyard, scraping his skin because it was so itchy, with broken pieces of a pot. And he looked around him, and I can imagine that he wondered, how in the world did I get here? What did I do, and why has God forgotten about me? And if Job, as righteous as he was, could feel abandoned by God in his suffering, then it's no wonder that sometimes we, humans too, may have that moment. But I want to encourage you with a passage of scripture from the book of Job. And it says, "Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness, when I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place, when I said, 'This far you may come and no farther, here is where your proud waves halt.'" This is part of God's lengthy response to Job's pity party, where he's feeling sorry for himself and he's reflecting on all the things that he once had but he lost. And God is saying, who do you think it is that is in complete control of all the elements in the world? I think that sometimes we see things that are happening and we can't necessarily see God's hand moving them. And maybe we forget that it is God that has set all these things in motion, that he hung the moon and the stars and the sun in the sky, and that he filled the oceans with the water. We can forget that God is at the helm of it all. He's controlling absolutely everything. And if he's in control of the waters of the sea, and if he tells them where to go and when to stop, then how much more is he in control of what's happening inside our bodies? How much more is he able to speak to whatever is causing us pain or discomfort and tell it when to stop? Yes, he is well able to stop whatever it is that is causing us pain. But the fact that he doesn't lets us know that he's got a purpose for what he is allowing to take place in our lives. And that at the appointed time, in due season, if we faint not, there is going to be a great reward for all the things that we endure and still keep our confidence in him. That if we do what Job did and not give up on God, no matter how hard it gets, that on the other side there is great victory with our name. And I want to share with you too that even as we await the great victory, let us not overlook the victories that we're experiencing even now. That even in the midst of what we're going through, we're still able to acknowledge God, still able to encourage someone else, still able to do what he's calling us to do in this season. Don't forget, God is the one who commands the seas and the sun. He tells it when to clock in for work and when to clock out and go home. And the moon comes in right behind it. Every single day they follow each other. God is the one that knows where the snow is stored throughout the summertime. And he's the one that knows exactly what you need in each and every moment of your life. So rather than lamenting what we may have lost, let us remember what we always have, which is a great and loving God who is able to do everything but fail. the one who commands the wind and the waves, the one who tells the seas where to stop and when to start, is the same one that speaks life into our bodies each and every day. So, when we have a need, or when the pressure becomes greater than what we can bear, let us not think of giving up, but let us remember who it is that we serve, who it is that lives inside of us, and who it is that promises to be for us every single moment. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one.